With the passing of His Lordship Bishop Vincent Darius OPDD and subsequent entombment, the next move for the Catholic community in Grenada is to get a successor bishop. Father Sean Doggett, during an interview on Wednesday, says at present the affairs of the church has been placed under the guidance of Very Reverend Clifton C. Harris, OP, the Assistant Administrator.
After the news of the death of Bishop Darius came, in accordance with canon law, the consultors of the diocese, which is a group of senior priests, met together and elected Father Harris to be the diocesan administrator, and he will continue in that position until the nuncio has completed his procedures for the appointment of a new bishop. After consultations, which is an ongoing process for the nuncio.
Father Sean says any priest's name can make the list that will be eventually submitted to the Holy Father for selection and approval of who is worthy of the position.
So nobody is eliminated, and it doesn't have to be somebody from the Diocese of Grenada. It could be another bishop even. There could be a movement of bishops. It could be a priest from anywhere, even outside the region.
And for the Catholic community now, how hard has it been to keep everything together with the passing of the bishop?
Well, of course it has been traumatic, in truth and in fact. But there's a lot to be learned, and about the significance of suffering. Bishop Darius suffered so much. A lot to be learned from that. A lot to be learned from the whole experience of death and coping with it. And also with the priorities of the diocese. Now is the time to start looking, where are we going? Because this period, while we're waiting for the appointment of a new bishop, it should not be just a period where everything is stagnant, but it should be a time of looking to see, well, where are we at? And giving some new thrust, some picking up the pieces and moving on.
Visiting Archbishop from Kingston, Donald Rees, explained to CC6 Newsnight the process that will have to be followed in the selection process, one that can take months or even years.
What would happen is that the Bishops' Conference here would submit suggestions as to who would be best to follow him, and then Rome, the Holy Father himself, will choose from one of those names suggested, and then from that a new bishop will be ordained.
Would it be a long process, and would it only be from priests and so that are within the Catholic community in Grenada, or it can come from out of the region?
It can come from outside of the region, and from the region, hopefully the region itself, but it could very well come from outside of the region. It could be long, could be short. In other words, the investigation is made to see who would be the one best suited for the situation.
There are many speculations now amongst the Catholic community as to who the likely successor candidate may be. Sherry Ann Noel, CC6 Newsnight.